Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's take a look again in the gold market. Here we do not have a big amount of the new changes because yesterday was holiday, but still it's a few moments that we need to adjust today. First of all, on the daily chart, it's an interesting situation with the grabber. So you can see right at the top we've got the bearish grabber, and theoretically this grabber suggests to drop below these lows, so it's just market should continue downward action. But at the same time, my experience, guys, tells that the grabber that appears in such circumstances, when actually it stands in opposite direction to the rally, and very often it becomes the product or sub-product of some different technical situations. For example, we have market stands overbought on the weekly chart, and this upward action was not really possible, mostly not because of some kind of the failure upward breakout of the trend or just trap by the market makers, but this is just a result of the weekly overbought. So market just can't continue upward action, and that has led to appearing of the grabber. And very often the grabbers that stand in a position to major trend very often fails. So they are not as reliable as the direct grabbers that stands in the same direction. I don't know, for example, so upward action, this market tested the MACD indicator and continue move high. For example, here if we would get the grabber, that the grabber in the same direction, and they, as a rule, they work. But this is opposite grabber. But still, we have the pattern, and we need to be careful with it because it stands. It has been completed. I mean that it has been confirmed by the close price. So market has closed here, and it's still valid because market stands below its lows. That's the nuance that we have on the daily chart. It's not very good nuance. Maybe this is maybe it doesn't carry the nature of the grabber itself and just a result of the weekly overbought. But still, by letter, we have the pattern in place. So I need to keep in mind that it exists. On the intraday chart, guys, mostly we have the same scenario. Here we've got confirmed grabber, but it already has worked. So you can see this market here exceeds this top, and the ABCD pattern that we have discussed actually has been completed. But it's not quite correct, since these lows here stands below this one, and we can't treat it as the AB equals CD pattern, because for normal pattern the C point should be above the A, but here we have the not quite direct situation. But anyway, the retracement knob that we had talked about before downward continuation here is still possible. For that purpose, we need just to adjust some swings on the hourly chart in our trading plan. In fact, guys, we are not really very interested in what particular shape this retracement will be, whether this will be ABCD pattern up or market will start collapse down here. The one thing that we would like to get is the point where we could take the long position, and taking into consideration the butterfly pattern that we keep an eye on, we are mostly interested with the depth of this retracement, not at the point where it will be continued, but the point where it will be finished, because that will be the point of our particular interest, because there we will consider the chances to go long. And from that standpoint, we are mostly interested with the either this A, B, C top pattern that we have right now, a small pattern, or larger A, B, C top D pattern where it will be finished. So that's 2 points that we mostly are keeping an eye on. The way how retracement will develop is mostly interesting for those of you who trade on the very short-term scale time frames, on the hourly chart, on intraday chart, because here you could keep an eye on the patterns. For example, if market will form this ABCD as we have discussed yesterday, you could get the Gartler steeple to sell and not give you a chance to take the scalp short position. Also here you could see some bit wide reverse head and shoulders pattern is forming. It's of course not pure the hand shoulders, not perfect because the ratio between the bottom of the shoulders and the headstand is very small. It's almost somewhere equal to the triple bottom or something of that sort. But still, you could recognize here this minor pattern is forming. So if it will start to work, you also could use it for possible identifying the point where market could turn down. Or if market will start dropping here, it will mean that no ABCD retracement will start, market starts dropping directly to the target stands below. And here we are mostly watching for XLP on this initial ABCD pattern. It stands 1402. And if we will get this kind of the ABCD pattern, if this leg will not happen, then AB equals CD will stand 1396. So somewhere in this area, this will be the point where a potential bottom of the right arm should be formed. Based on the hourly chart, it will be slightly higher than I draw it here, somewhere in this area. Right. Let's call it as a 14 even approximately. That will be the point that we will consider as a potential point where we could go long, and then we will start watching for 1450, our major target on all time frames, on the monthly, on the daily, on 4-hour time frame chart. So also 1450. Everything stands right now around 1450 area. So that's what we'll keep an eye on today. Probably this is not perspective of today's session. It's probably will be next week. But today at least we could keep an eye on the retracement, because today is non-farm purpose release. We will see what data we will get, and be careful with any positions right now, especially if you would like to go short position here. Just wait for the clear pattern. Maybe I don't know how it's better to do. Personally, for me, I don't want to take the short position on gold here. Retracement for me is just a tool that I would like to use to identify the correct point where we could go long. So that's the scenario that we will keep an eye on today.